Hello, my name is Kalia, and the side I chose to debate for is the possibility that there could be another war between big powers. I think it's very possible that there could be a war between big powers, and it's something that I think that's been a hot topic, especially in the last 4 years. Um, Countries have an endless history, of going to war, physical war. But in the modern day, a regular physical war is very, not necessarily very unlikely, but just it's not a benefit. There's no benefit of a physical war at this point, I think, between big powers. In modern society, the type of war that I think is most plausible would be a cyber war, and I think the big powers that would most likely be involved in that would be United States and China. The United States and China have a history of fairly good relation, but today, as we've seen under the Trump administration, their relations are at its lowest point since the Nixon administration, especially due to things like tariffs and other situations that have been happening within the last 4 years. Cyberspace is a very new realm that is rapidly growing and progressing, and because of that, it's very hard to keep up with, and the possibilities are seemingly endless at this point. You kind of don't know how deep cyberspace can go until you've reached that, and you can only predict from there. And China, one thing China continues to do is develop their technology because it creates a strength for them and keeps an upper hand on the United States and capitalizes upon their weak spots. And that's a way that they have power in regard to national security over the United States. And in recent years, especially with app development that we've seen with Instagram and Facebook, you search something on Google and then ads come up for it on Facebook and Instagram. And we've seen a lot of battling between China with the app of TikTok. We've seen a lot of metadata being collected and sold to China to use to capitalize on the consumer and manufacturer industry, which can lead to also possibly an economic trade war, between the two powers, the United States and China. It is even more apparent in recent elections that we've seen interference, and that's also been seen in how dangerous a cyber war could really be. As in recent elections, especially in the 2016 election with Hillary Clinton, we've seen a large amount of misinformation spread from countries like Russia, which was used to interfere and undermine, our election. And then, fast forward to the last election, 2020, we've also seen a lot of interference between a lot of interference from China and Iraq as well to undermine this recent election. The main tactics that would be used to weaken democracy, and we'll use the United States as an example. Using the United States as an example, the main tactic that would be used would be to, you want to chip away and at the foundation of the country and weaken their democracy. You want to weaken, in this case, you would weaken America politically, economically, and then socially, and not necessarily even in that order. But the main objective for a cyber war would be to chip away at the country's strength, and it would essentially put the other country, in this case, we'll use China and the United States as an example, would put China in a place of power over the United States. And you can see that being done with things. I mean, you've seen it being done in history with things like propaganda. And then in our modern day case with the spread of misinformation and interfering and undermining elections, that's a key way to chip away at at a country's democracy. You've seen it being done with the recent interelection interference. I think it's a possibility, as right now our relations are very low with China and tensions are rising. But I do think that because the realm of cyberspace is such a large realm, that this would be in fact a slow churn type of war. As we as well see China and the United States depend on each other at this point in time a lot. And no matter how many wars no matter how many jobs we can say that we want to bring back to America, or the United States. A lot of manufacturing is also done in China, and a lot of products are supplied from China to the United States. So that is my opinion on why I think there's a possibility for another war between big powers. I hope you liked it. Thank you.